Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be showcasing the Alolan Ninetales XL again. I love this thing, it's so good. If I had to pick a new Pokemon for Season 7 in the Ultra Premiere, what would it be? Talonflame, we already know, is fantastic, but if I had to pick another XL other than the one, everybody loves, that's going to be Alolan Ninetales. I did enjoy this, and this put in a ton of work for me. So with that said, we're going to be pairing it up with Empoleon, very highly ranked, and shiny at that, as well as a Shadow Machamp here. Standard moves, decent IVs, I suppose, for more bulkiness on the Machamp, as well as the Empoleon here. With that said, let's get into the commentary. Up against the Abomasnow here. Gonna go ahead and throw a Weather Ball, building up to a Dazzling Gleam now. And let's see if they're going to let this go through. If they do, it's going to do a ton of damage and fantastic. They're going to be able to get off a Weather Ball here. We're going to survive, and we should be able to Powdered Snow down, winning this matchup without having to use a shield on either end. So 2-2. They're going in with that Ampharos. We're going in with the Machamp, and as soon as they see it, they back out, and we're able to take the win there. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and keep it moving here. If you do enjoy these battle videos, folks, please give it a big thumbs up. It always does help me out quite a bit. We're met with a Drifblim. They're going to be swapping instantly into their Kingdra, in which we're going to go ahead and bring in our Machamp here. I just like this matchup quite a bit because the counters are just doing so much damage. It just melts everything if they don't resist it. And we're going to be able to simply shield up this Octazooka because it does take Kingdra quite some time to get to its charge moves. We're going to be kind of safe regarding that. Going to go ahead and just simply throw the Rock Slide right away here onto the Drifblim. They're letting it go through, getting some nice lag. You gotta love it. We've used the shield here, and finally the lag stopped, and we're not able to get through our charge move. Didn't think we would anyway, so that's fine. It kind of makes sense there. And we're going to go ahead and go in here with our Ninetales and let this go through, expecting a Shadow Ball. And that's exactly what it is. Doing some decent damage, but we're still not worried about it at all. Going to go ahead and throw a Weather Ball. Super effective, letting it go through. What do they have in the back? It is a Typhlosion. We're going to instantly swap into our Empoleon. And the fire moves are still going to be doing decent damage. We do have one shield here, so we're going to go ahead and shield this up. They are almost two of these Blast Burns. And if you're thinking, why didn't you throw your energy? We don't need to. Remember, we were discussing this in our last video. There's no need. If you know you're going to win by quick moves, just go with those quick moves. And that's that. Okay, and then we did that there. So we were met with a Gengar for our next matchup here. Now, this is a very interesting battle. You're going to be doing okay, so long as you don't let the Sludge Bomb get through. If you do, well, that's going to be doing a lot, pretty much KOing you. So I think we do let this, I don't know, shielding it up, okay, calling it correctly too, so fantastic. Swapping into our Empoleon before they start building up more energy. And the reason why we did make that swap is because they revealed the Sludge Bomb, which means they probably have Shadow Punch. Therefore, they're not going to be able to hit us with a hard-hitting move like Focus Blast or Shadow Ball, more than likely, right? So we are in here with our Empoleon, and we're going to go ahead and let this go through as well. I mean, all right, the reason why I did that is because we're going to go in here with Machamp and farm down now, all right? So I could have gotten that off, but I figured we might as well get some farm going here with the Shadow Machamp, right? So they still have two shields. Oh boy, let's see how this works. We're going to instantly swap, figuring that they were going to go in with the Gengar here. We're probably going to get a shield because they do have energy on that thing ready to go. And I figured, you know what? Let's just go ahead and shield this up. Sludge Bomb, great. Using up that energy, and we're able to farm down. That's beautiful. What they got in the back there? A good old Kingdra. This is beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and just throw the Weather Ball here. Hopefully get a shield. Oh, they are really putting a lot of faith in me baiting here. So we're going to go ahead and go for another one. Shield. All right. So they're low enough at this point that we're fine. They're going to have to shield this up to survive. Machamp's going to be able to do so much damage. And we're perfectly good here. Swapping into our Machamp to absorb their energy. Now, I'm going to tell you this right here, folks. It's going to be a pretty close one. I kind of did it a little sloppy here. And we're getting to the Weather Ball right about at 1 HP on the Alolan Ninetales, maybe 2, and taking the win. Wow, that was a good one there. On to our next opponent. Let's see what we're going to be met with this time around. We're going to be leading with the Ninetales the entire time in the same team as well. And we're met with a Shadow Swampert. So, boy, if it does have Sludge Wave, yeah, that's going to definitely KO, so we need to kind of think about that. Also, Earthquake's going to bring us down very low as well. So I'm pretty sure we're shielding this up. It is an Earthquake, so that's great. They went for the bigger move, using all their energy here, and we're going to go ahead and go for Weather Ball. They're shielding it up, getting to a Hydro Cannon, I'm expecting here, right? And we'll let it go through because it won't KO. The quick moves won't either. We're threatening it with our quick moves as well as taking it out now. They've already used a shield. Not getting another one, fantastic. We have plenty of health to survive, something. and get off some charge moves here. And it is an Abomasnow, so that's an indication that there's something back there weak to the Alolan Ninetales. So I kind of want to get out of here after I do get this off. I would think I'm going to swap into our Machamp, or we're just going to absorb this. All right. I guess that works because we do have Empoleon, which can still take out whatever they're... Okay, so it's a Gengar. So we're going to go ahead and build up energy and catch with the Empoleon here. Shadow Punch, I would suspect. Yep. And so the name of the game is to do as much damage with the quick moves at this point. They're not going to be going for their hard-hitting move. They're going to go for another Shadow Punch exactly. So we're letting that go through. We're going to force a shield here. And then we're just going to go in with the Machamp and hit it with... I think we go for the Cross Chop, actually. I don't... Let's see. Yeah, we do. But they're able to get to a charge move first. And we're... Alright, thank goodness we're shielding that up. It's the Shadow Punch. You know, it doesn't do a lot of damage to a lot of things, but Machamp it would. They're able to get to another one. We're going to survive. This is... Wow. Going to be very close. Does the Abomasnow have energy? Are you serious? See, that's what happens when you feel like you're going to win and you're a little too confident and you start playing a little slacky. Yeah, those things happen there. Alright, into the next battle. Great. This is a fantastic lead. We don't need to do anything here. Just watch what they're swapping into and go right into our Machamp, and we're looking great. So what we're going to do here is shield this up, farm it down, expecting them to come back in with the Dragonite, in which point we will have about 2 Rock Slides ready to go. Almost, not quite there, but we should be able to on the Dragonite. And let's just go ahead, and we're not even going to bait. What's the point? Let's just throw both of these. If we get both shields, then we come in with the Ninetales, right? They let it go through, we counter down. Beautiful. Coming in with Escavalier, we're going to go ahead and throw that Cross Chop. They're getting that shield up. All right, this is good. And we still have the Empoleon, which is going to be taking super effective from the quick move as well as Drill Run. So why am I throwing it in here first? Well, I want that Escavalier to burn off its energy here. All right, going for Drill Run. Nice. And we're going to go ahead and swap into our Ninetales so they can't farm up extra and have a, you know, charge move ready to go even sooner off of the Empoleon into the Ninetales. And we are going to shield this up because we're getting a little bit low here. We can survive that comfortably, and we're taking those counters quite nicely, but we need to keep hitting it with this Weather Ball. Dazzling Gleam's not going to cut it, and we're able to get there. Drill Run is not going to be able to KO us here because Ninetales Alolan is pretty thick, able to survive that, and this should KO. Maybe a couple more quick moves here. And no, that's it. Taking the win there. Fantastic. Looking good, folks. Let's keep it moving here. On to our next opponent. Got a decently lengthy video for you because, like I said, I'm not going to be getting up another one. We're met with a Charm user. So basically, yeah, the Empoleon is great, but we're not going to be swapping. This is a comfortable position for us here. We're just going to go ahead and keep throwing Weather Balls. We could go for Dazzling Gleam, but they could shield it, and that would have been a waste of energy. So I'd rather just spam the Weather Balls at this point. So expecting them to shield up the last one and try to charm us down. We're going to shield this Meteor Mash, which is super effective, but they're swapping into a Talonflame, trying to maybe potentially take us out with energy. But we're going to go ahead and swap into our Empoleon here and letting the first Incinerate go through, or should I say Flame Charge, and just hitting it with a Hydro Cannon. This is going to force a shield out of it. We already know Talonflame can go toe-to-toe with the Empoleon here, and I do believe we are going to let this go through. All right, get your little charge in again. So I think what we're going to want to do is go in here and hit the Weather Ball, yep, instantly, and then swap into Machamp and start building up energy and simply, oh, they're letting it go through, okay, and they have a Machamp in the back. We're swapping into ours as soon as theirs is sprung in here. Shadow versus Shadow, definitely going to be shielding this up, and this is going to be a pretty close battle here. Let's see how this works out. The Ninetales is not the healthiest thing around, has just a little bit of HP, and can we beat them to the Cross Chop? We're able to get there first. And don't know if we had a CMP there, but nonetheless, we're taking it. In comes the Clefable. This is so close, and we're able to Powder Snow down and taking the win with the Ninetales. Wow. What a good battle there. Into the next one here, we're met with a Gyarados. So this is another great lead, especially when it has Dragon Breath, because we're going to be resisting it. And double that at an XL. So let's get it. They're going to be forced to go for the Aqua Tail because more than likely they have Crunch, and that's going to be resisted by Fairy types. So we're just going to keep spamming the Weather Ball here. No need to build up to the Dazzling Gleam because they more than likely will shield it up or something. We're going to go ahead and build up to the Dazzling Gleam and go for that on the Alolan Muck, doing a ton of damage, swapping here. And I feel like, again, this may be a little bit of a sloppy play here. We did call the Sludge Wave quite nicely. The plan was to hit the Dazzling Gleam, farm down, use Shield. We're down to Shield, but we have energy on the Machamp. So they're going to come back in here with Gyarados. We're going to go ahead and just go Cross Chop here. Let's see if we can get a shield. And they're not shielding it up. Thought that would almost be enough. Unfortunately, it's not. So we're just going to go ahead and let this energy go through. No problem. Aqua Tail. Yeah, it's doing some decent damage. And we're going to go ahead and go for that Rock Slide instantly here. And swap into our Empoleon to just start doing whatever damage to it. It is going to have a resistance in case they do have Sludge Bomb. If they have Shadow Ball, well, good luck to me. More than likely Sludge Bomb because they went for Shadow Punch. Or maybe they're just doing Shadow Punch damage there. Going to go for that Hydro Cannon, getting the last shield out of them. And this is exactly why I threw the Empoleon in here. We're looking great, and it has enough health for us to take it down, no problem. So we're going to go ahead and let that go through and bring in, I do believe, the Ninetales. Okay. I was going to say I may go in here with Machamp to just have them use their energy, but they don't have any. In comes the Gyarados, and I really didn't need to hit this Powdered Snow or this Weather Ball at all. But we do when we take the win. Fantastic. On to our next opponent here. Let's see what it is going to be this time. A Talonflame. This is not a good lead for us. So we're going to go ahead and just swap into Machamp here. And they're going to be going into a Drifblim. You know, this is okay. At least we have the Rock Slide. It's going to be doing pretty good damage. They can let the first one go through. And with such a massive resistance to the counter, they don't necessarily need to worry about the first Rock Slide if we don't have a massive energy advantage here. So they're going straight for the Shadow Ball and taking us out. They're not even playing any games, which is the correct call to do. Going to go ahead and just bring in the Ninetales and farm down, and then try to swap it out at some point to reset the debuff, expecting that Icy Wind right there. And we're still both holding on to 2 shields, 2 healthy Pokemon. Bringing in that Talonflame. This is going to do okay damage. We have been debuffed, unfortunately, so it's not going to do as much as I want. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Empoleon here. And please tell me, okay, that I don't shield this up. We're letting it go through. And they have an Umbreon in the back, and that is going to be a level 50, I do believe. So we're just going to have to work with what we got here. I'm pretty sure at this point I have to put all my hope into the Ninetales. That's simple as that. So we're going to go ahead and let that go through, and we're going to use 2 shields on the last Ninetales here, the Pokemon we're showcasing. And Dazzling Gleam is pretty much useful or useless to us at this point for this battle. And a farm down is a little ambitious. We're not going to do that with that Umbreon there. So we're just going to go ahead and hit a Weather Ball here after gaining some energy. Don't hit all the bubbles, thinking I can farm a little bit more, but we take it out. In comes the Talonflame here, and you're going to see, you know, Ninetales can still hold its own here, even though it is going to be ice. Getting their shield. We still have 2 left. This is getting a little bit risky. I'm thinking, you know what? They're just going to take us out with quick moves, but something weird happens. I don't know if they thought I had, like, more energy than I did have. They let that go through, and we take the win. Now, they could have definitely shielded that and then farmed us down with Incinerate, right? Or am I going crazy? Anyways, good game. We all make mistakes. We're met with a Gengar here. We've seen this before, so we're just going to stick to the script and go ahead and go with that Weather Ball. Now, what if you're running this, but you don't have Dazzling Gleam, and you're going for, say, Psyshock? It's not like Dazzling Gleam is Legacy, but Psyshock's going to give you some good coverage against Gengar here, as well as Machamp. You can do that. That's perfectly fine. I just want coverage up against Dragons and Umbreon, so that's why I run that. Anyways, we're letting that go through, calling it correctly. Shield for shield here. They're bringing in a Bronzor, and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, boy, this is interesting. So we do have Empoleon that can handle it, but it does have Bulldoze, which is going to be super effective to us, although it's, you know, it doesn't have the highest attack around the Bronzor. So we can take one, no problem. So we're going to go ahead and let this go through. And we're going to go ahead and hit this Hydro Cannon here. And let's see if they want to shield it up. Letting it up. Look, shielding it up. Now at this point, we are we going to double shield? Yeah, we have to. We got a Machamp. So we are going to farm down now. They have no more shields here. And we go for the Hydro Cannon, which is fine. They've got their own Ninetales here. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Machamp. This is getting a little sweaty. So they have Charm. Did you see how much damage that was doing? So since they did have Charm, we're able to get to our Rock Slide. I think a Cross Chop would have done it, but we just went for the extra security there. So Charm is going to have less energy gain. If they had Powder Snow, they'd be able to get to a charge move. Although they have different uses, right? But depending on your team and everything like that. It's not like Charm is not good. It is. I just prefer Powdered Snow with this team comp. Up against the next opponent, we're met with a Ampharos here. So we're going to go ahead and let this Thunder Punch go through. That's an obvious Thunder Punch. You have Dragon Pulse, which is resisted. Focus Blast, which, you know, it's going to do decent damage to us, but they're better off just going Thunder Punch up against the Ninetales. They're able to sneak a Volt Switch through there. Sneaky, sneaky. Bat on us, and we're getting a shield and swap into a Clefable. We're going to go ahead and go right into our Empoleon here. This is looking pretty good right about now. Now, we're not going to be able to take them out before they get off a charge move, unfortunately. I do believe we will let this go through. Everything's resisted, so there's no need to shield up. It's done its job. It's taking out the Charm user. We're looking fantastic, and we do have energy ready to go. We're just going to go straight for the Hydro Cannon, and we're getting that last shield out of them. And they're using their energy. This is so good. Beautiful. So I think at this point we want to gain some energy on our Machamp. Simply shielding up the Thunder Punch. We may yeah, we got 2 shields. Why not use it? So shield this up, farm them down. They have a Glade. I was just thinking right before they swapped, this is going to be perfect so long as they don't have a Confusion user. Bam, Confusion user. We got all of their shields, so we're swapping into Ninetales. Going to go straight for the Weather Ball and not quite taking it out, but we're simply going to shield this up with Machamp, and we should be able to finish off that last Pokemon there. And we will survive this, and then counter you won't even see will go through, and we take them out. Beautiful. Love it. Alrighty, on to the next battle here. Let's see. And it is a Blaziken. Now, that's something new, guys. Let's go. So I was really contemplating on what I should do, and didn't want to swap into Empoleon. I mean, we're going to be doing super effective with our Waterfall, but I don't know. We're just going to go ahead and go into Machamp, and they swap right into their Alolan Ninetales themselves. And we're going to go ahead and build up quite a bit of energy, going for Cross Chop. They are shielding it up. Beautiful. We're getting a shield out of them, and we're letting this go through. Weather Ball, we will survive. Absolutely beautiful here. And, oh man, I should have maybe went for a Rock Slide. Nah, it's okay, I guess. Yeah, we definitely would have made it. They're farming us down the remainder here, so I do believe we want to go in here with Empoleon to resist all of the moves and gain some energy. They're not able to get off any charge moves, which is interesting. And what are they going to come back in here with? It's going to be that Blaziken, and we want to farm down. We're going to shield this up because it could have been a Blast Burn. So they are going to retreat into a Mandibuzz, and this is pretty much GG's because we do have the Ninetales ready to go still. And I'm going to go ahead and swap right into that. We're looking real good. Real good here. So just going to go ahead and do that. We're getting the last shield out of them. And let's see what happens here. I think this is the... All right, yeah, they back out. Yeah. Good game, and GG. Moving on to our next opponent here. We just got, well, actually, another like 10 minutes or so. So let's keep it moving. And we're met with an Abomasnow. This is fine. I don't mind this at all. Energy Ball is going to be a pain in the butt. Does do some damage. But otherwise, the Alolan Ninetales is looking still pretty good up against this thing because it is going to be part grass and still taking decent damage from the ice type. We're going to go straight for the Dazzling Gleam. We've seen this before, but last time I went for the Weather Ball first. And we're able to get to the Weather Ball again. Do they want to shield this up or let it go? They are shielding it up. Sounds good to me. Now I probably will shield myself and then farm down here. They're going for Energy Ball and swap into a Clefable. We're going to go right into our Empoleon, and this is looking just great. Since that Abomasnow does not have much health anyways, we don't really need to worry about it. And all that Energy Ball stuff up against our Empoleon, we can simply farm it down probably. Getting that through, and like we discussed last time when we seen the Clefable up against the Empoleon, we're not going to be able to get them out of here before they get off a charge if it was kind of even there like that. They're going into a Raichu, and it's okay. We're going to have to maneuver around it, but we're going to figure this out here. So going for that Hydro Cannon, getting the last shield, and dang it, they're taking us down, getting energy. What are we going to do? We have a Machamp and a very low Ninetales. So we go ahead and throw in the Machamp here. And as a matter of fact, let this go through. It is just a Thunder Punch, so thank goodness. And I figured they're not going for, you know, Wild Charge because we would be able to take them out that much quicker. They're catching that Cross Chop on the Abomasnow. Wow. Well played, I must say. Taking the Machamp out. We bring in the Ninetales with loaded energy. But, hey, I got one up my sleeve right here. And taking them out with the Ninetales and a shield left. Looking good. On to our next opponent here. We're going to be met with a Skarmory XL. Best buddy. Let's get it. Let's see what we can do. Now we have a challenge here. So I don't expect that thing has a steel type move. So we don't need to worry about that Flash Cannon. Brave Bird, they may get low enough and just hit us with one of those. But let's just see how this does play out here. We will still survive a Brave Bird at this point, so fine. They will retreat, I would assume. So they're going for a Sky Attack, a double Sky Attack, swapping into an Empoleon. We're going to go right into Machamp, and do that, you know, shield and farm down deal here. Now, here is what I was thinking when this did happen, though. They are going to come back in here with the Skarmory with energy. They're going to throw that Sky Attack here in just a moment. We're going to have to use our last shield if we want to get off that energy, and I make the call and I just let the Machamp go down with that energy and go in here with the Empoleon, and we're going to farm down because we're going to resist everything, and they're not able to get off a charge. So I guess that was a good call, and thank goodness I did make that call, because using our last shield on the Machamp to have a XL Hypno in the back, yeah, that would have been bad. So up against an XL Hypno, swapping the Empoleon to get off this Weather Ball onto it to really put on the pressure. And here we go. They have one shield left. We're getting to another Weather Ball. They're building up a lot of energy over there, shielding it up, using that last shield. And I thought I was going to be able to Powder Snow down, but they back out after they take out my Ninetales. So they just wanted to kill that thing off and be gone with it. So I've battled this opponent before. Good games to them. I wanted to put this in here because I want to show you something. So I swap into, we had a great lead up against that Drifblim. They swap into their Swampert here, and I'm like, should I shield? Nah, this isn't an Earthquake. GG, game over. That's it. Game's over. Yeah, it's done. Oh yeah, we could still try, and we're gonna put up a fight. Trust me, watch. But that was the game right there. I had to call it. I had to call the bluff or not. So not looking great here. I thought I'd give them this video or this little section here because they've been in my other videos, but I've, you know, beaten them, so I thought it was only fair, right? So let's see what's going to happen here. I didn't want to give it away, but this was a very maneuverable battle. I really wanted to win this, and I didn't want to give up or say, oh, it's all done. I knew it in the back of my mind, but I was like, you know what? Let's just entertain this. Let's entertain this battle. So we're up against Escavalier here. That counter is doing decent damage because we are part ice, also fairy, so not completely weak to it. Shielding up that Drill Run using our first shield here. The Powdered Snow and Weather Balls are starting to slowly add up, although they're not very effective up against it. So we really are going up against a uphill battle here, and we're just going to continue on building up to 2 Weather Balls. And let's see, do they shield? We're getting the last shield out of them, and I'm like, wait a minute, I might be able to pull this off. I might. Down goes the Escavalier, in comes the Drifblim, and we get to the Weather Ball. This is going to be so close. They have to be at an Icy Wind right now. And, oh my gosh, they are at like 3 or 2 HP, and they get to that Icy Wind and take us out. So, you know, we put up a fight up until the bitter end. This is even a funnier battle. GG's, it's over, I lose. Aggron up in the lead? Nah, it's over. With this team, if you're thinking, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Well, it's just simply over. This guy's going to have counters to the things that is weak to, 100%. So going into Machamp would have probably led into a hard counter. Going into Empoleon was our best bet to not reveal the fighting quite yet here. So we're going to go ahead and go for another Drill Peck in the Tangela or Tangrowth. Miscalling everything. We still have 2 shields left. What are we going to do? Rock Slide's going to hurt our Ninetales quite a bit. And we don't want to bring in the Machamp to just get beaten up by charge moves. So Ninetales, sorry. It's going to take that Rock Slide to the face. We do shield this one up because I'm like, well, what if there's like a Dragonite in the back? I need this. So it's a Venusaur. This is over here. I do believe I just battle for just a little bit longer and just try to potentially do something out of this, but it's not looking good. I needed the Machamp to be lined up with the Aggron, and it's not going to happen here. But I just thought I'd show you this because they were using Aggron. They shouted me out, or they reached out to me on Twitter and they said good game and everything. So there's a battle and good game. On to our next opponent here. We're met with an Umbreon XL, best buddy, you know, fully loaded. This is good for us because, you know, we're fairy. We got Dazzling Gleam, baby. They're going for last resort, and we're just going to farm a little bit more here. Completely obvious that we're probably going for this move, but you're an Umbreon. You don't really shield up the first move. Doing an extreme amount of damage. I love it. All right, so now we're in a good place here. Going for another last resort. We don't need to go for any more Dazzling Gleams. That part has been over, and we completed that mission. They're letting it go through and retreating into their own Ninetales. Very interesting. We're going to go ahead and build up to our Dazzling Gleam and go for it here. And then I think we may want to swap into Empoleon after gaining a little more energy. Got it. Now we're going to go ahead and do that. We've had this on the receiving end plenty of times. We already know how it goes. And they have Weather Ball and Psyshock. This is even better. Dazzling Gleam's doing okay damage. It takes a while to get there. Psyshock is slowly but surely taking us out, but what we are going to be able to do is pick and choose where we want to end our energy gain. So we're going to build up to 2 Hydro Cannons. We feel comfortable here. Probably didn't even have to hit all these bubbles and then potentially farmed them a little bit more. But looks like we're fine. Bringing in that Clefable, and we're going to go for another Hydro Cannon, getting the last shield out of them. Holding on to 2 shields, folks. You want to see something crazy. Bringing in the Machamp, going for Rock Slide. They're going in with the Umbreon and catching it. I must say that was a very nice catch. Very experienced play there. And they're coming back in with the Charmuser. I'm holding on to 2 shields. What the heck is going on here? This isn't happening. We can't win this battle. Can we? In comes Empoleon, and we get to the Hydro Cannon. Woo! 2 shield flex. Let's get it. Did I intentionally try to do that? No. Most of the time it ends up just accidental. I just find myself not having to use the shields, and or maybe just not calling a correct time to use it, and you just end up with 2 shields and a win. Alright, we're met with a Ninetales. Look at that. Look at that. It's come to this. So let's get it. Building up to our Dazzling Gleam here. Wonder what they're going to be having on theirs. And we're getting it through, doing some big damage. I like it. What are they going to throw? A Dazzling Gleam right back at us. What is that? Let's see. Okay, so 2498 is a pretty decent one. Yeah, for sure. Going to go for a Weather Ball. I don't know. Whatever. I expect them to go for 1-2. If they want to shield that, that's fine. We're not shielding this ourselves. Looks like we have just a little bit more HP. Maybe like 3 or 2 or something like that. And we're taking them out. 2 shields. Not even really getting much farm. Great. We're going to go ahead and go in here with Empoleon. I really like this matchup. Machamp doesn't want to be in this situation, obviously, without some sort of energy advantage. And we're going to go for that Hydro Cannon, getting the first shield out of them. Expecting a Shadow Ball here, but we're still going to let it go through because we're going to survive. Bringing in their own Machamp, we're swapping into ours. What we have going on for us here is this. We're going to shield this up. They're going to shield up our Cross Chop too. They don't want to lose this matchup here. We're going to gain a little bit more energy and then farm down, getting that last shield. And what's going to happen is they're going to bring in that Drifblim. We're going to go for Rock Slide, and it's going to be a GG's. And farming down. Fantastic. And going straight for the Rock Slide and taking the win. If you did enjoy this video, folks, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. And Machamp's going to be countering down a Ghost and Flying type. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.